Hey, what's up? John Sonmez here, and today we're going to be talking about sleeping on an empty stomach. Okay, so I've done a lot of videos. I've talked about fasting. I eat 1 meal a day. You can check out my playlist. Probably, maybe we should make a fasting and 1 meal a day playlist if we don't have one already. And um, and basically, there are some issues involved with that. One of them is sleep. So I'm going to answer this question today from Seme. I think it's Seme. And he says, I have been trying to fast till dinner and sometimes past dinner like you. However, when I do this, I will sometimes wake up super early because my body will be hungry and almost wanting to get up to look/hunt for food. Also will feel palpitations. I googled this and read that going to bed on an empty stomach causes a loss of sleep and muscle loss. I know from your other videos you do not believe in muscle loss, but what do you think about the loss of sleep claim? I literally wake up after 3 hours. So a couple things. One, definitely I experienced this myself. In fact, I experienced it last night as I fasted all day and all night last night. I haven't eaten yet. Last time I ate was 2 days ago for dinner, and I'll be eating after I do my lifting workout today. But I definitely was waking up last night. What I have found in general is that I made a mistake yesterday. Is I had some caffeine, I had some coffee in the afternoon, and I find when you're fasting that caffeine tends to stimulate you even more, and you just already have sort of this from the hunger. It's a little bit harder to fall asleep, and it's a little bit harder to get rest. That's just part of it. Over time I think you adapt to that more so, but when your body is sending some kind of pain signal or some kind of hunger signal, it's going to make it harder to sleep, right? Have you ever had an injury? Like my shoulder was injured, and if you ever had back pain or something, it's really, really hard to sleep. A lot of times chronic illnesses or chronic pain, the biggest problem that people report is not like they can deal with the fucking pain, it's they can't deal with the lack of sleep. So that's the thing is it might help you to take some kind of a painkiller if you're really like having that problem. I wouldn't recommend that on an empty stomach though. That's probably worse. Right? So as far as the muscle loss aspect of it, right, I mean, you already said that I don't believe in that. I definitely don't believe in that. That's bullshit. Like, and here's how I tell you guys, like, I don't bullshit you, but I can tell you how you find out bullshit. Look at me, right? Again, I'm not the biggest bodybuilder in the world, but I'm a good, 225, 230 pounds of pretty solid muscle, maybe around 10% body fat or so. Right now I'm a little bit on the fatter side, but I'm not losing muscle. I'm fasting a lot. Okay, not losing. I'm working hardcore, fucking running every day, doing Muay Thai, kickboxing, lifting for 2-hour sessions. Okay, a few times a week. I'm not losing muscle. Okay, so again, maybe it's just me. Test it on yourself, but in general, fasting is not what's going to cause you to lose muscle. Okay, so as long as you're lifting heavy, that's going to be the most important thing in getting enough volume in. All right, so as far, again, as the sleep, one thing that can help you is to take some melatonin. I found that to be somewhat effective in doing it. And then, obviously, if you're fasting and you're sleeping on an empty stomach, you want to make sure that you are basically, like, thinking about a lot of the things that people talk about as far as like improving your sleep, from using blackout shades to lowering the light levels and going to blue light instead of the yellow light or white light during the time that you're getting close to sleepy time, right? Those type of things are going to be helpful, staying away from screens and whatnot. So you want to definitely make sure you're maximizing that. One other tip I would say for you, it's not a strict, like, straight fast, but one thing that I do sometimes when I'm sort of fasting is like before bed, like right before bed, I'll eat like a big bowl of salad or something like that, or eat a bunch of cucumbers and whatnot, and that will kind of fill me up and fill up my stomach. It takes some time for that to digest, and I don't go to bed as hungry. So again, it's not purely fasting, but maybe it's like 100 calories or 150 calories. Not going to make much of a difference. You're going to burn that off pretty quickly. So that's just another tip that you could use. But yeah, this whole sleeping on an empty stomach thing is definitely. Oh, there is one other thing I would tell you with the palpitations and stuff. More than likely, what's happening there is that you have a electrolyte deficiency, right? A lot of times when people have ketogenic diets or they're doing fasting and they get headaches and they get kind of heart palpitations and erratic heartbeat or things like that, it has to do more with having a deficiency in electrolytes. So what you might want to do is take some salt water, some like Himalayan sea salt, plus some no salt, okay, that's just potassium, or you could take a potassium supplement, okay, and mix that together, and maybe even add some magnesium if you want to take a magnesium supplement, but typically it's going to be the sodium and potassium that you need to have in balance. Magnesium kind of regulates the two. So if you just have the sodium and the potassium, you're probably going to be okay. So you might try that, basically restoring electrolytes, and that may get rid of the palpitations, which will help you to sleep better. So try that first and see how that works, and then you can see where you go from there. So yeah, that's the best I can do for you. Unfortunately, there's not like any kind of super cure, and you gotta weigh things, right? You gotta weigh the sacrifice. Like, is it worth it? Maybe just eating 1 meal a day is better, or maybe fasting. Eating your. That's why I eat my meal later in the night, right? Is in the evening as opposed to doing 1 meal a day and doing breakfast, is because I know it's harder to sleep when you're hungry. So. But there's definitely a price to pay for everything, and you can't avoid the price. What you can do is you can make it a little bit easier by picking the path of least resistance, or the thing that's going to be able to help you comply more. All right, that's all I have for you today. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button below. Click the bell so you don't miss any videos, and get the notifications when I do videos 2 a day. I'll talk to you next time. Take care.